seeing that disabled people do date and find romance and want those things in life is a part of normalizing and humanizing us as a community to society. As a disabled woman, I have often felt undateable, not because I feel like there's anything particularly wrong with me as a blind individual, but because that is how society at large has made me feel. Ever since I had my first boyfriend when I was 14 years old, every partner I've had gets praised for being with me, oftentimes in front of me, and I get told things like, "You're so lucky to have him." Meanwhile, these are complete strangers that know nothing about my partner, and for all they know, they're not a good partner. But they're dating a disabled person, so they must be. And guess who never gets told that they're lucky to have me? My non-disabled partners. It is so frustrating, and we have such limited representation in mainstream media of disability. 3.1% to be exact, across all forms of media, which is abysmal. So you would hope that that little sliver of representation we do get helps to combat these negative, harmful stereotypes like us being unlovable, undateable people who do not contribute in any positive way to romantic relationships. Enter The Undatables, a UK-based dating show that I don't believe is still running. I found out about this for the first time about 10 years ago, and I was shocked and appalled. The title is unbelievable. I get that they were probably going with that title to be like a bit cheeky and sensationalizing it and like getting clicks. But the reality is it's only affirming for everybody who has ever thought that disabled people are not worthy of being loved and are unlovable inherently just because of their disability, that yes, that's true. That is in fact the case. So this dating show follows different people with different disabilities being matched with, guess what, other people with disabilities. Because of course, the only people who would want to date somebody with a disability is somebody else with a disability. Duh. Non-disabled people would never want to date a disabled person. Meanwhile, here I am. Almost every relationship I've ever had has been with somebody without a disability, including my current relationship, which is almost 3 years long. So it's extremely frustrating, but I thought we could react today to a compilation of clips from The Undatables, which, by the way, they titled this compilation video Adorable. These are adorable dates, which is so infantilizing. That is such infantilizing language to use. If we transfer that to Love Island, would we ever see a compilation video titled Adorable Dates from Love Island or Adorable Moments from The Bachelor? No, we wouldn't. Like, that's not, we don't talk about adult humans dating as being adorable. Adorable is something we call a kitten. Adorable is something we call our 2-year-old niece. Adorable is not something we call adult grown-ups. So, without further ado, I am already frustrated. Let's get into watching. Headphones are going on. Prop laptop is open. Boyfriend is hitting play.
Hi, Megan.
Hi, I'm Megan.
Hi, nice to meet you.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Yeah,
I got
good,
something
thank
for you.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
No probs.
How was your travel here?
It was good.
Was it good?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds good. Are you nervous today?
My heart's pumping like more worse than if I was a Time Lord. What do you do for a living?
Currently I'm an intern.
Pause. I hate the music they played during that first little section of the interaction, like dun, 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 dun. Like it's like they're using this type of music that's designed to make it sound awkward or uncomfortable or fumbly. Because the way that the media uses audio is to help create more emotion in film and television. So for example, when we're watching scary movies, if you watch the same scene without the audio track, the like screechy noises and all of that, it's significantly less scary. In fact, it's often like really cringy and awkward. But when you add all of the crazy sound effects into the scene, it creates a fearful, scary moment and tension for the viewer. They're using this like bumbling kind of music sound to create that vibe for you as a viewer, which I don't love. But to me, like so far in this interaction, this is like a very normal first date interaction. Like I think all of us know what it's like to feel nervous going into a first date. I think it's great to be honest about that. Like when you feel nervous, just being like, I'm nervous. Like vulnerability, I think connects us as people, and like breaking down that like kind of like, I'm perfect, everything's fine. And like just being like, I'm nervous. Are you nervous? Yeah, I'm nervous too. Makes you like automatically take down your mask that you might be putting up on a date. So like nothing about their interaction to me is like weird, other than the music that they've layered behind it to make us feel like it's a bit weird.
But on going on to hopefully get an apprenticeship in childcare to in a nursery.
Oh, that's really good.
But yeah, so do you work or do you go to college or?
I do costume and prop making.
Oh, okay.
Warning, what I like is scary.
Oh wow, they are scary. Do you like scary films, like horror films and things like
Mainly
that?
slashers.
So what's one of your favourite films?
Well, Halloween is obviously the best one.
I've heard they're making a new one of Halloween, aren't they?
Yeah, I've just seen the trailer. It's brutal.
Is it?
And scary.
Oh yeah, I like scary films.
What's your favourites?
Silence of the Lambs. That's
The Hannibal Lecter films, yes?
Hannibal Lecter, they're good.
Every time I said
Pause.
something, I feel like...
Sorry. The way, like, the moment they started to connect, they played, it's like, do, 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 like, weird, like, happy, generic soundtrack that sounds like it's from, like, the free, like, YouTube music library. Like, it's do, 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 do. When all it is like two people on a date, like, connecting over a topic that they're interested in. It's weird because to me, there's nothing TV-worthy about this date. This is, like, just a normal date. This is a date where two people go, I can't see. It sounds like they're at a cafe or out at a restaurant eating. They're chatting, they're connecting. There's nothing particularly like riveting or salacious or television worthy other than the fact that they happen to have disabilities. Play.
Like, I've said something bad and I feel I've upset her and I think like, oh dear, should I have said that or was that a bad idea? Oh, she's replied, not long now. With an X, and I say, what should I say? No, and I should say, nope. No, that's rude. Oh, my mind's buzzing and bouncing so much, I don't know what to say. I'm lost for words.
So what's the last thing you said?
Was just a wink with a kiss. Was that a bit too much? Well done, Megan!
Rory, that's
The
really
music.
good. You've been practicing this, Rory.
No, I actually haven't. It's going really great. Oh, come on, hit him straight, hit him dead on.
Oh, what?
She looks really nice. Not just in clothing, but in looks. And she'll always look that way.
Take a selfie.
I'd love to.
It's a second date selfie.
I was going to ask you last time,
Yeah?
but I'd love to take a selfie.
Ready?
Okay.
Smile.
Your smile is like a warm glow, and your laugh's infectious and contagious in a good way. But
Okay, so we saw 2 dates of the same couple and now we're moving on to a different couple. I feel like that moment of him like trying to figure out how to reply to her text, again, that's like a shared human experience. We all know how that feels. So on one hand, I do like that this is like normalizing that disabled people have like normal emotional feelings and normal experiences of being like, oh my God, how do I reply to this person's text? That's how all of us feel when we're like starting to get to know somebody and we think we like them. You're like questioning everything you say. You're like texting your friend, you're like, oh my God, this is what he said, what should I reply? And if you say you don't do that, you're lying to yourself and to us. That is a shared human experience. So I do think it's important to have these moments that like normalize disabled people to the public, and seeing that disabled people do date and find romance and want those things in life is a part of normalizing and humanizing us as a community to society. But it's just like the way that they're positioning it, like the title choice, the music choices, the way that they are typically mostly only pairing disabled people with other disabled people. I think the odd time they'll like pair somebody with somebody who doesn't have a disability, but it's mostly disabled people with disabled people. And I just like wish they showed a more expansive narrative of disability dating. And I certainly wish the name was not literally calling us undateable. I don't know about anybody else, but I do love seeing people fall in love. Like, whether people are disabled or not, it's warm and fuzzy in my heart to see people like developing a connection and falling in love in media. I enjoy watching that. It makes me feel all like cozy inside. But I also don't like that this is kind of like posed as like it's extra warm and fuzzy because we think of these people as people who don't deserve or wouldn't be lovable. So it makes it extra adorable, extra heartwarming. No, it's just as heartwarming as watching anybody fall for somebody.
Not contagious as being ill. It makes everyone else want to laugh, but it's a good thing. She made me feel comfortable. She's just bubbly.
I would like to be happy with someone, and if Shane makes me happy, I'll make him happy too.
Could this be the start of something, Shane?
I'm feeling it could be. When she smiles, it feels like my feet are dancing. It's like you're walking on a cloud.
That's such a sweet line. When she smiles, I feel like my feet are dancing. That is such a cute, sweet sentiment.
Dancing on the moon. Every time I see Gemma, it's like butterflies floating. So it feels like I'm floating in midair. But I'm not. It's just my tummy's going. It's doing the jive or something, or Saturday Night Fever or something like that.
Tonight, Shane is performing at an open mic. He's written a special poem about his newfound romance. And the person responsible for this new chapter in his search for love is in the front row.
This one is dedicated to Gemma. And secretly admired her for a long time from school, but never told her. Oh, to Gemma, you make the days feel shiny and bright and light. Your smile is perfect and your laugh is infectious. So Gemma, you rock. You make my days brighter and much far sweeter. Thank you for being there. Nice cups of tea, smiles and fruitful cupcakes. You're my little flower in my eyes.
I'm really pleased. I didn't expect that, really.
So do you think you'd like to have him as your boyfriend?
I would. I would like to have a boyfriend one day.
And you'd like it to be Shane?
Yeah.
I'm a big
Pause.
fan of
The producer's leading questions. Would you like him to be your boyfriend? And then she says, I would like a boyfriend someday. And then she goes, would you like it to be Shane? Like, let the girl's answer be her answer. Stop trying to dictate her narrative for you, for your show, to get the clip you want. To ask that after like a few dates, we don't yet know. A few dates is not enough time to suss this out. Calm down, slow your roll. On to the next couple.
the Phantom of the Opera. Do you like that show? You ever seen it?
I've seen Toy Story on Ice.
Never seen that, but you got a friend in me.
Friends in me, you got a friend in me.
Yeah, that's made you laugh. So I like making you laugh.
I just love that song.
So what music are you into?
Carly is my most favourite.
Kylie Minogue?
Yeah. I have seen Carly on stage and I stood on the chair and I shouted out to her. I went, Carly, I love you. Had 20 picture of me.
You're funny.
I'm always laughing.
Exactly. That means you're happy. So. That worked. That really made you laugh.
Pause. It drives me extra nuts when content for and about disability isn't accessible. Like the fact that this show didn't have audio description when the target audience is disabled people. I hate that. It's like you're capitalizing on sharing the lives and stories of disabled people while simultaneously excluding us from watching it. I don't know what these people look like. I don't know where they are. I don't know anything about what's happening. Every single thing, I'm just like forced to draw conclusions instead of being able to paint a full picture in my head of who these people are and what the dates are.
That's why I want to see the proper laugh. Do you want to hold my hand?
I better warn you, I am a...
Okay, I'll just AD that for you. He was helping her down some stairs.
Okay.
fish.
Go on, give him a big shot. Go on. That's taking forever. What?
I've got no idea how that happened.
Oh, do I?
What are you enjoying most about the date?
Just having a laugh. I can't help but laugh. I think you're winning.
I know I'm winning. Boo.
Oh, you missed.
Come on, Chloe. Is it gonna work? Is it gonna work? Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
That's a blade first.
Yes. That was a proper date. That was a really good date. I was just wondering if I could have your number, if possible.
Yeah, sure.
Brilliant. And we'll catch up.
Yeah, sure.
Chloe, how did the date go today?
I'd probably say a 9.
A 9?
Yeah.
That's pretty high. It's a high score.
But I'm not going to say 10, just yet.
Nice meeting you.
The hello's out of the way.
What I will say, what I do like about this show, particularly given this is like an older show, like this was well before things like Love on the Spectrum, is that they were showcasing that disabled people want the same lived experiences as non-disabled people. We want to find partnerships. We love connection. We like friendship and romance, that they're independent, out doing things on dates on their own, doing normal activities from going out for drinks or coffee to, you know, going to bowling alleys, or it sounded like maybe they were at an arcade or something like that. So it's showing them doing, quote, normal date activities and doing things that, quote, normal adults would do, like drinking caffeine or drinking alcohol, which, as stupid as it sounds, are things that people don't necessarily expect of disabled people, particularly those with intellectual disabilities, which I know that this show highlighted all different types of disabilities. It seems to me, just from listening, that perhaps this compilation is mainly showcasing some of the intellectual disabilities. I really can't tell because it's not telling us. I'm just trying to piece it together a bit. And if that's the case, it frustrates me even more that they're using the term adorable, because people with intellectual disabilities are infantilized even more so than those of us with physical disabilities. I myself have been infantilized many times over, and I know it's something that those with intellectual disabilities experience even more. And I know that that can be incredibly frustrating. And, you know, my disability mentor was really, really big. She worked in like group homes with intellectually disabled adults, and she was really big on making sure that they were dressed age appropriately. Like they were wearing clothing that any other cool, normal adult their age would be wearing. That if they wanted to like have a glass of wine or beer with dinner, that they were given that alcoholic beverage in a cup that was easy for them to utilize, whether that be a sippy cup or with a straw or whatever. If somebody was needing to physically hold it up to their mouth for them, that they were able to still have those same experiences just in a way that was accessible for them. So I think it is good that it's showing that. I think truly my main issue is coming from like some of the editing choices, the naming choices, and like some of those things that I think wouldn't have been done if a disabled person or multiple disabled people were working on the show on the production end. Disabled talent, and I know because I've been, quote, talent on many different types of productions throughout my life, have no power. Talent has the least amount of power on set. Like unless you're like a, you know, Jennifer Aniston or Brad Pitt, you don't have power or say. Typically as talent, your job is to show up and do your thing on screen. But they're telling you what to do, when to do it, how to do it. They're asking those probing questions that we saw being asked. And if we had disabled producers, disabled directors, disabled editors working on this show, I believe it would have been much more empowering. It would have been framed as like a positive, empowering humanization versus like a bit of like a voyeuristic, like, let's watch these disabled people that we think shouldn't be able to date doing normal human things. Okay, final clip.
Luke wastes no time in trying to impress with his language skills.
Crepe peperone, il cioccolato è belgiano, uno autore gelatos.
Gelato.
Nice. So do you speak any other languages, Luke?
Yes, you know what the language I speak? German, French, Italian, Spanish, Dutch, Portuguese, Hindi, Japanese, Chinese, Russian, and Swedish.
That is extremely impressive.
I can't speak any different languages. I only speak English, but I would like to in the future.
Okay. Oh, I know. I have an idea. Let's start with French. Bonjour.
Je m'appelle Alice.
Oh, that's good. Bonjour, je m'appelle Luc. And, oh, I got it. Oui.
Oui.
No.
No.
Enchanté.
Enchanté.
Fromage. Croissant.
Croissant.
Fromage de chair.
Very good, Luke.
I think she's nice and she's a bit like chatty.
Do you think she likes you?
I hope she likes me, yeah. Go Alice, go Alice, go Alice.
There's such a like a playbook that they're going by, which seems to be go out to eat or to a cafe, go out to an activity. Go out to eat or cafe, go out for an activity. It's like copy paste.
Oh, lucky for some.
Those are the only things disabled people can do.
It's great. I think she's nice. I will ask just for a second date. So Alice, okay. So do you want to plan to for a second date?
Okay, yes, please.
Okay. So first up, so do you want to have like the phone number?
Okay, yes, please.
Perfect.
I've just got a second date. Yay!
Tell me about yourself then.
There's an additional couple. I thought we were done.
Goodness. I'm not sure where to start. I'm just trying to think, actually.
Yeah, my brain sometimes blanks. What do you enjoy doing?
So, I study languages.
Oh, okay. So, can you show me some of the languages you are able to speak?
Spanish, Quite, todas, sua roupa.
What does that roughly translate as?
Take off all your clothes.
Gladly.
Okay, I like that little sexy flirtation moment. That's like a good, again, like showing them as adults with adult desires, wants, and needs. Good.
Ow. That is big. Don't mind me saying so. I'm actually really pleased that they paired me up with you.
Well, you're easy to talk to. I was afraid that I was gonna like be paired up with someone and then just like be stuck for things to say.
There's a slight inkling that she may like me, and there's a slight inkling I may like her. The only way to know for certain would be go on a second date. So, would you like to swap numbers at all?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. You get your phone out.
Michael's really friendly. He seems like a really nice guy. Yeah, we'll definitely meet up again.
I felt relaxed throughout, and I think so did she. In French, à bientôt.
Or et plus.
Okay, final thoughts. There is obviously so much more to this show than just like these little snippets that we're seeing in a compilation without real context and whatnot. So I can't truly judge the show as a whole because even way back when I used to watch it, it was just like little clips from bootlegged episodes on YouTube 10 years ago. And I do not remember enough to make like full judgments other than kind of my general thoughts that I shared today. I think overall, we still have a huge lack of representation of disabled people, particularly positive representation in the dating space, like showcasing and highlighting really like normal, average relationships and dating experiences of disabled people. I feel like other than Love on the Spectrum and this show, I don't know of any others. And I kind of talked in this video that I did recently about Madison's appearance on season 9 of Love is Blind. She has the same eye disease as me that's causing her to progressively go blind. I chatted kind of through why I think that is, why I think we don't see the representation that we as a community want to see, specifically in the love, dating, romance, reality TV space. What I will say is, at least comparing it to that, I do prefer Love on the Spectrum. I know that there's valid criticisms of that show. And as somebody who is not autistic, like I don't want to be the one to give it a stamp of approval, because I certainly know that if a show came out in that same vein about love and relationships and dating about blind people, I'm sure that I would have criticisms if I did not feel it adequately represented me, my friends, my lived experience as a blind person in dating. And that's the hard part about communities that are as diverse as ours, as the disability experience, because there's no two experiences that are the same. And when we have so little representation, we beg for the representation we do have to meet our needs, to see us. Like, we want to see ourselves in what we're watching when we finally get something. And so when you see something where there's finally supposedly going to be representation for you, and it doesn't actually align with your lived experience or your beliefs on disability, your views, it can be really frustrating. So I completely understand that perspective on something like Love on the Spectrum. I think what I do prefer about it than this is that it does show like a pretty wide range of different backgrounds and experiences. It does show dates working out, but equally dates not working out, which goes to show that we as disabled people don't just like settle for whoever wants us. Like, no, we're allowed to be just as picky. We're allowed to have preferences just as anybody else is. We're allowed to say no when somebody likes us and we don't like them back. We don't have to take just the first opportunity that comes our way, because we are worthy. We are desirable. Even if not to you, we are to somebody. I do like that they have like family perspective, that they have expert perspectives. So I do find like that aspect of it gives the experience a bit more totality. And I do like that it's also following individuals over an entire season or even over multiple seasons. Whereas this show, I believe, just shows like a couple different people each episode. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But yeah, overall, I would love to see more authentic representation, more shows like this done right. And I would love to be involved in like an executive producer role, or to see somebody in my community in that position to really help steer the ship in a way that will make sure the content furthers our community instead of holds us back or like keeps us still where we are. Anyways, until next time, you can click over here to watch that video about Love is Blind and having a person going progressively blind on the show, or you can click over here to watch another reaction video. Bye!